It's Jesse with Game Infinite. Here we are with another episode of State of Gaming. I want to apologize. It's been a little longer between episodes than I initially planned for. December kind of got away from me. It's a really busy time of year in my real life and day job and with the holidays. And then the Best of 2023 event was one of our biggest events we've ever done. It occupied almost all my free time that I had with Game Infinite. It's been a little bit longer than I anticipated. My original goal for State of Gaming was to get at least one episode, if not more, out per month, and it's been a good little bit. But I have some good news. We already have next episode already planned and scheduled to record, so we're going to get them back to back pretty quick. So this episode is going to be just me this time. We're going to be going over the state of play. I initially wanted to do a full live reaction. I wasn't able to do that, so I'm just going to be picking out some of the games that really stood out to me from having watched it already and just go over and talk about some of the games that I'm really looking forward to. And then in the next episode, we're going to be having some creators return from the Best of 2023 event and just talk about amazing content creation and really showcase and talk about some gaming topics. I'm really excited for those as well. But this State of Gaming episode is just going to be me this time, but we're going to be going over the state of play. So I'm just going to dive right into it. I'm not going to go over every single game. Now, if you want to see the full recap, we do have an article on gameinfinite.net/news where you can see our breakdown and full coverage of the event as that's already live. But this one I'm just going to be going through, talking about some of the trailers that really stood out to me, some games I'm excited about. Let's dive into it. All right. First up, we have Stellar Blade. This game is one that I am super excited for. It's on our most anticipated list. I am super excited for this one because it was one of the first Unreal 5 games that I had seen. It was one of the first, when Unreal 5 games were first starting to get revealed, it was one of the first ones back when it was still Project Eve, back in like 2019. I am super excited for this one. We got new gameplay for Stellar Blade. It's really exciting because it's just a amazingly gorgeous game. The graphics, the gameplay, the visuals. The new trailer showed us a few things we'd seen before, but we got to see more in-depth breakdown of some of the gameplay mechanics. What I really like about Stellar Blade is it's a mishmash of some genres that I really like. It has some Nier, some Final Fantasy, some Devil May Cry. Overall, the character models look fantastic. These are some of those realistic looking characters. The combat, the enemy types, everything about this one looks really cool. And we just got a new trailer, and we finally got a release date. So we have it coming out in April. I'm very excited about that, so we don't have to wait very long to get this one. Stellar Blade was also our most anticipated new IP. It wasn't like our most anticipated game, but I did put it as my most anticipated new IP. There's also a lot of really cool visuals in this game. I love the spaceship design, the world design. The world design kind of reminds me a little bit of Anthem, and I know that's a terrible example because Anthem was bad in a lot of ways, but just the color scheme a little bit and some of the ways the world looks a little bit. It's been a few years since I played Anthem, so I may be misremembering some things. But like that guy right there, that guy's mask looks specifically very, very Anthem-like. The hair physics in this game is very impressive. Hair's one of the hardest things to get good in a game, and the hair physics in this game is really good. The way she runs really reminds me of how 2B runs in Nier. I like how there's going to be like robots out in the world as well as monsters, and you can like choose to like help people. And there's one scene in here where you get to like, man, that gun is really cool. The way that gun fires, I like the way it's just overall design is really cool. Super super cool combat. Yeah, we get some really cool detail on like how you can like there's like a little like a base system, and you can like power up Eve, and there's gonna be some like character progression. So it's gonna be not just like super straight. There's gonna be some little bit minor RPG elements there, so that's cool. Overall, state of this state of play really delivered and brought some amazing games. I think there was some on this list that are even going to be just heavy hitters, but this is one that I was personally really excited for and just wanted to talk about. So yeah, I'm really excited for Shadow Blade. Let me know if you guys are as excited about this one as I am. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next up is coming from Hoyoverse, which is Triple Z. I'm really excited about this one a lot because I liked Genshin Impact. I haven't played it in a while and I didn't like keep up with it, but Genshin was a lot of fun. It made it onto our top 10 list the year it came out. And then last year we got Honkai Star Rail. Wasn't exactly my traditional cup of tea being a turn-based game, but I still really liked it and it made it onto our top 10 list this game. It's going to be another Genshin-like and the free-to-play gacha anime style, the art style that Genshin's known for and has popularized. We're getting a lot of games in this art style and genre, and this is one that's coming up soon that is made by the original. So this is the OG of the Genshin likes coming from Hoyoverse. So I really liked what I saw in this trailer. Like just the action is over the top, crazy, chaotic. Triple Z is one that I'm personally really excited for. We didn't get a lengthy trailer on this one, but we know it's coming for PS5. I'm really excited for this one. Another game that was shown off in State of Play that's right around the corner that I'm personally really excited to is this was another one that made it onto our most anticipated list. A lot of games on this list that were shown off in State of Play were on the most anticipated is Foam Stars. So we got a new trailer for Foam Stars. It's basically Splatoon with foam, and it's my only worry that, and I've said this before, so my only worry is it's going to be a PS5 exclusive. So this is a game that's a live service. So I would have liked it to have been truly free to play and multi-platform, but to give PlayStation and Square Enix a little bit of a win. But I will say, since I played this game already, I know it's fun. So I hope it takes off with its audience. I love the art style, the characters, the quirkiness of the environments. Everything was just a lot of fun. So I had nothing but positive things to say about this. It's just whether or not it can find enough audience. Are there enough PS5 players and well, there's plenty of PS4 players, but will it get enough audience to survive? That one's one that I'm personally looking forward to. There is one that this one was the one that came out that I never played. I never really played Dave the Diver. It was a little bit of a controversial game because it was mistakenly called an indie game at the Game Awards, and it kind of got some controversy there. But I never really played it. It's coming to PS5, but what caught my attention was in the trailer what they announced. Is like I probably would never have touched this game, but now I'm tempted to because of the crossover that they announced. So yes, it's coming to PlayStation. It's coming in April. We learned that. But what I heard Godzilla music, and I was like, wait, what's going on? And it's the most random thing. They're doing a Godzilla crossover, so we're gonna get Godzilla and Dave the Diver. I don't even know what that means. Like, what's that supposed to do? Because I don't really know much about Dave the Diver, but now I'm gonna have to play because I'm obviously a huge Godzilla fan. Shout out to our friends at Ice T Aesthetics. Yeah, Godzilla and Dave the Diver. Weird random crossover, but hey, I'm down for it. Another game. Okay, so there was two big Silent Hill announcements in State of Play. So we got the first one, which was a free-to-play spin-off. I'm gonna call it an experience because from what I've read, I haven't played it yet. I have it downloaded. It's about like a 2-hour game, and it's completely free, but it is like a 2-hour experience. I'm really cool with that. It's shadow dropped. The only thing better than a shadow drop is a free shadow drop. So it's pretty cool. Yes, it's not very long, but a free horror experience that we get to play in the Silent Hill universe is really, really cool. So this one's the short message. It looks cool. The visually is impressive. I can't personally speak to its quality yet. I still need to play it. I was recording this first, just kind of get a recap of some of my highlights from State of Play. The next one, of course, was the big Silent Hill 2 remake. Now, the one thing that my initial reaction when I first was watching it was that this looks so much like Resident Evil 2. Like, the main character of this game just looks like Leon, and just the gameplay and the style. To me, that was the first thing I thought. To me, it just kind of looks like Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, it just... This one, it's being made by Bluebird, and they're good, but they don't make, in my opinion, like really good AAA experiences yet. They're a growing team. I feel like a lot of their games that they've made have been very, very okay. So the fact that they've been given the reins on a remake of a very popular horror classic makes me a little worried that this might be too big for them, but what I saw looks okay. We don't have a date yet, so it's a little bit early. but just the way he runs, the way he moves, the way his hair looks, we just got Resident Evil 4, and the colors, the color palette, and the art style, and the action, and everything about this looks like a little bit Walmart brand Resident Evil 4. I'm not trying to say that Resident Evil is better than Silent Hill. I don't have any stake in that. I'm sure that's like that you got two different fandoms that would be like, how dare you compare this to Resident Evil? But that's like, you cannot tell me that doesn't look like the remake that we just got last year. The next one that I'm really excited about that was talked about in the State of Play was the new, from the creator of BioShock, we're getting a new game called Judas. This one is one that I think could be a little bit of a sleeper hit because not a lot of people know about it, because it's not BioShock 4 that's been in development hell forever. Like, we know BioShock 4 is supposedly coming. Judas is probably going to be a lesser known name because we know there is supposedly a BioShock sequel in development that's been in development hell for a long time, and this is Judas, completely different team, but it's being made by the original creator of BioShock, which I'm super intrigued about because I love BioShock. BioShock Infinite to this day is like top 20 all-time game. I love BioShock Infinite. It was a fantastic game. It still is, in my opinion, one of the best game endings of all time. So Judas looks really good. It definitely, when you watch this, it looks like BioShock. It's definitely spiritual BioShock. Now, it kind of reminds me, we just got a similar parallel where we had a new Dead Space remake and we had a spiritual successor made by the people who used to make Dead Space with Callisto Protocol. That's what it was called. I couldn't remember what it was called. And what made me a little worried is if you draw that parallel is that everyone praised the Dead Space remake and the Callisto Protocol got very mixed mid-lane reviews. So the question that I have is, in this similar parallels, we know BioShock 4 is coming, and then we're getting kind of a smaller new startup team from the people who made BioShock making a BioShock-like. Is this game going to be the Callisto Protocol, or is this going to be better than whatever ends up being BioShock 4? So that's my question is, can the talent and the original creators with a new, smaller company, can they pull off something that's just as good as, if not better, than BioShock? So I'm really excited about that one. So one of the biggest standouts of State of Play was Rise of the Ronin. This one I hadn't seen anything about yet. I've heard the name, but I hadn't seen anything, and I was blown away by the trailer. When I first saw this trailer, I was blown away by just how much this is a game that, as an Assassin's Creed fan, I had been wanting for so long, because every Assassin's Creed fan will tell you what we've wanted for a decade is Assassin's Creed Japan, like feudal Japan. And this game, from its gameplay, its combat style, the stealth, just so much of it feels so much like Assassin's Creed. And I don't want to take anything away from the developers because I know this is not an Assassin's Creed game. But just when you watch this and you see the way he sneaks around, the way just the traversal, the climbing up around buildings, like, it just feels like if a different team made as an Assassin's Creed game, that would be Rise of the Ronin. So the little bit we saw of this I was just so excited because I don't care if it has the name or not. This is a game that I didn't know anything about, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is a game that I've been asking for 10 years, and it's finally coming. Name or not, doesn't matter. It's the type of game that I've wanted, and it looks fantastic. I just really, really like this one. It has a flamethrower because all games are better with flamethrowers. The combat looks really good. I like that it does have some more modern weaponry with, I don't know too much about the historical setting because parts of it look a little older. Then there's a part where like a guy has a random like top hat. So I don't know exactly what year this is supposed to be set in or if it's a fictional universe. I don't know. I still need to learn more. This is the second time you watching the trailer. I don't have a lot more context outside of just this thing looks like something I want to play, and I definitely feel like as long as it runs well and launches in a good state, this could be an easy Game of the Year contender. Now, another game that came out in State of Play that I am very, very excited about is a remaster to one of my favorite horror games of all time. Now, Until Dawn is definitely not the scariest horror game, and some people will maybe call it more of a thriller or suspense, whatever. I love that game. It's just such a good story. It has great characters. It's super fun. It plays on traditional tropes in the horror genre and kind of makes fun of them a little bit, turns some of them up on their head. Like at the first glance, it may seem like, oh, this is a super cliche story. A bunch of teenagers locked in a cabin in the woods. Like it couldn't be more of that. But the fact that they play with those stereotypes, turn some of it on its head, it's just really well done. And this game originally launched on the PS4, and like Detroit Become Human or Beyond Two Souls, like those types of cinematic experiences, those are some of the most visually impressive games, to where Until Dawn on the PS4 looks better than some of the games we're still currently getting on PS5. It's super impressive, and this is a game. The fact that it is getting a remaster, I'm really excited for this one. We don't know if there's going to be an upgrade path or cost yet, but I couldn't be more excited for Until Dawn. It's coming in 2024, so that's cool, and PC, so that's good. Now, we have to talk about this last trailer. I really wish I had been successful with my live reaction because I think y'all would have seen just how just disgusted and uncomfortable I was by this trailer. I am not a fan of Death Stranding. If you like Death Stranding, that's fine. I have nothing against you, but I personally really was disappointed in that game. I've called it a Amazon delivery simulator. It's so weird too. It's such a weird game. And this trailer dials the weirdness up to 11 even for Death Stranding, and it literally made me gag and a little bit uncomfortable. Like the part where, see these little, oh, I don't even know what they're called, like the little suction marks, like that right there invokes almost like some kind of weird irrational fear of like those little holes, and then it leaks out and there's these little hairs. Like it literally made me physically uncomfortable to watch. That's how it's just, this game's this, oh, it's still, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, so yeah, like, y'all can make fun of me if you want, but I'm telling you, this game is gross and weird, and I don't want to play it. But I had to include it in this, talk about it, because it's just, I love sci-fi. Anyone who knows me knows I love sci-fi. I love science fiction, Star Trek, Star Wars. I am a huge sci-fi fan, right? But Death Stranding takes weird sci-fi up, it crosses a line, in my opinion, where it just gets so weird, where it just no longer makes any sense. Like, why are they blue? Why are they blue? And the thing about Death Stranding that I've never really enjoyed is that if it's heavy reliance on like what I dream logic of like this, nothing really makes sense even within the world that they're in. It's just, you know how when you're dreaming stuff's weird and doesn't make any sense? That's Death Stranding. When we have for years were given strange trailers with the expectation that when you played the game, it was all going to somehow make sense. But I remember playing Death Stranding going like, no, it's just weird randomness. Like things just happen. And like, it would not surprise me if you're playing this game and there's really little reason they're blue. They're just blue. Or like, there's just so much in this universe that I don't like. Now, I know a lot of people love Kojima. They say he's a visionary. I've never played any of the Metal Gear games, so I can't speak to that, but I just did not like Death Stranding. I love Norman Reedus. He's awesome. But yeah, this trailer made me physically uncomfortable. The little suction marks on the hand, I just can't deal with that. It was weird. The way it like pussed out the little black goo and the little hair. Oh yeah. And there's like this little weird talking man that's like a puppet. It's like, you can have weird sci-fi, weird monsters, weird premises, but like this is like 11 out of 10 weird. Like the type of weirdness you get when you're in a dream, where things are just kind of random and nonsensical. That's what I get from Death Stranding. All right, and that's just a quick kind of recap of everything that that I saw in State of Play. I didn't touch on every single game, and I know this format was a little different from some of the previous State of Gaming episodes. State of Gaming normally is going to have panelists that join me and we talk about things. It's going to be discussion based. This one was a little bit more just me talking about an event, but I didn't want this State of Play to come and go without me getting out at least one video talking about some of the things that I saw. I'm very excited for a lot of the games we had. So for me, the highlights were Stellar Blade, A Rise of the Ronin, and those are my two big ones. They touch briefly on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at the end, but they're just saying they're going to do another showcase with that one. I might try to do a live reaction if I can. A lot of amazing games in this one. I think it was one of the best state of plays that we've gotten in a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of somewhat shorter state of gaming. I might do more episodes by myself just so I can get them out more often. But I want to know what you guys think. I'm sure you all like it better when I have panelists and have other people here besides just me talking. But I think I might do more just me so I can get them out more often, because coordinating schedules with 2 or 3, 4 other people is hard to do, and it's hard to get panelists regularly available. But I am excited that I promise you, next episode's already scheduled, and it's going to be coming a lot sooner, so I'm going to help close that gap a little bit between episodes. But I want to hear what you guys thought of this State of Gaming episode, and also what you thought of the State of Play that we were discussing in this episode. What was your favorite game? What did you see? This is once again Jesse with Game Infinite. Head over to Ice-T Aesthetics with code Game Infinite to save a little bit, so you guys can save some money on some cool anime and nerdy merch. I'll see you guys on the next Game Infinite video.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want, and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!